The person you think you are wasn't built overnight. Look at yourself, your opinions, your habits, your taste, your confidence, your insecurities, your ambitions, your coping mechanisms, your attention span, your emotional triggers, your worldview. You probably believe they develop naturally, from childhood, experiences, environment, and personal growth. But what if they didn't? What if the modern world has been slowly, silently rewriting your personality through the screens you stare at, the platforms you depend on, and the content you consume every day? Not suddenly, not dramatically, not obviously, but gradually, imperceptibly, consistently, relentlessly. What if every scroll, every like, every notification, every trend, every algorithmic recommendation is shaping a new version of you? Not the authentic you, but the manufactured self. A self engineered by technology, optimized for consumption, designed for engagement, and molded to fit the systems that profit from your personality. Today we're going to expose the hidden process through which technology doesn't just influence behavior, it rewrites identity itself. This is not a conspiracy, it's design. And once you understand how the manufactured self is created, you'll finally see how much of you was never really yours. Personality is not fixed. We like to believe personality is stable. I've always been like this. This is just who I am. I'm wired this way. But psychology tells us something different. Your personality is malleable, especially in response to environment habits, social norms, emotional triggers, validation, feedback, repetition. And what is the most influential environment in your life today? Your phone, your apps, your feeds, your digital interactions. Technology isn't just shaping your day, it's shaping your identity traits. Your mind is adapting to the digital environment the same way muscles adapt to physical training, except this training isn't intentional, it's engineered. The moment technology began rewriting personality, the manufactured self emerged the moment companies realized, if you can control attention, you can control expression. If you can control expression, you can control identity. If you can control identity, you can control behavior. Social media started as a tool of connection, but it evolved into a mechanism of self-construction. Consider the early days. MySpace let you define yourself with music taste. Facebook encouraged curated personal profiles. Instagram turned lifestyle into identity. TikTok turned personality into performance. YouTube turned creators into archetypes. Every platform pushed you to present a certain version of yourself, and eventually, you became that version, or at least part of you did. This was the beginning of identity engineering. The 10 mechanisms technology uses to rewrite your personality. Let's break down the psychological machinery behind the manufactured self. 1. The feedback loop of validation. Likes, comments, shares, hearts, views, followers. Every metric becomes emotional currency. Your brain learns, this version of me gets rewarded, so you repeat it, you amplify it, you become it. Social platforms shape personality by rewarding certain traits: humor, outrage, confidence, aesthetic performance, vulnerability, perfection, extremism, conformity. Identity becomes a game, and you adapt to win. 2. The aesthetic conditioning effect. Visual repetition trains your mind. Minimalism content. You adopt minimalism traits. Luxury content. You desire luxury, fitness content. You adopt discipline-based identities. Political content. You adopt ideological personality traits. Self-improvement content. You become hypercritical of yourself. Your identity becomes shaped by what you see repeatedly. 3. Algorithmic emotional training. Algorithms learn what emotional states keep you engaged. Outrage, excitement, envy, validation, anger, desire, fear, then feed you content that reinforces those states. If outrage keeps you engaged, you become more outraged over time. If insecurity keeps you scrolling, you become less confident. The algorithm doesn't shape content to fit your personality. It shapes your personality to fit the content. 4. Behavioral mimicry. You imitate the personalities you see most often. Influencers, creators, celebrities, niche communities. Mimicry is human nature, and algorithms amplify what you mimic. You copy behaviors. The app rewards them. The algorithm shows you more content like it. You copy even more. Repetition becomes identity. 5. Identity reinforcement bubbles. Platform bubbles push you deeper into certain personality traits. Political intensity, aesthetic, rigidity, niche obsession, self-improvement, extremes, conspiracy thinking, subculture identities. You don't evolve, you polarize. 6. Shortened attention span conditioning. Technology conditions you too. Seek quick answers. Avoid deep focus. Crave constant dopamine jump between tasks. Consume in fragments. Over time, your personality shifts. Less patience, more impulsiveness, more irritability, decreased introspection, decreased tolerance for boredom, hyper-reactivity. Your personality adapts to a fast-paced environment. 7. Emotional conditioning, through repetition. If you see enough content about anxiety, trauma hustle, luxury fitness, self-diagnosis, relationships nihilism, you internalize those emotional frameworks. You don't just think differently, you feel differently. 8. Avatar-based identity projection. Your online persona becomes a mask, but eventually, the mask molds the face. You perform a version of yourself online, then slowly become that version offline. This is the avatar effect, a core element of manufactured identity. 9. Consumption-based self-definition. Brands create identity archetypes. Gym bro, clean girl tech, elite, aesthetic minimalist, high-performance hustler, spiritual wellness seeker. You don't buy items, you buy identity pieces. Your personality becomes a curated collection of consumption-driven traits. 10. Predictive personality. Shaping platforms use data to predict what personality type you're becoming, what you'll believe, what you'll desire, what insecurities you'll develop, how your impulses will evolve. And then they serve content that accelerates that evolution. Your personality isn't just tracked, it's sculpted. When you stop being authored by life and start being authored by algorithms, there comes a moment when your humor isn't yours, your opinions aren't yours, your desires aren't yours, your attention patterns aren't yours, your insecurities aren't yours, your values aren't yours. You think you're evolving naturally, but the evolution was guided. You think you're forming opinions, but the opinions were preloaded. You think you're discovering yourself, but the discovery path was algorithmically curated. The manufactured self feels authentic because it grows gradually. Small nudges accumulate into big shifts. Like a river carving stone, the process is invisible until the shape is irreversible. The human cost of being manufactured. When technology shapes you, several things happen. 1. Loss of internal compass. You no longer know what you want, only what you're shown. 2. Identity fragmentation. Different platforms produce different versions of you. Offline you, Instagram you, TikTok you, professional you, private you. You become inconsistent, a collage of externally crafted traits. 3. Emotional instability. Your nervous system becomes shaped by digital stimuli, overstimulation, mood swings, anxiety, comparison, urgency, restlessness. 4. False authenticity. You believe a curated identity is the real you, but it's optimized, not discovered. 5. Consumer dependency. Your identity requires constant purchases to maintain fashion, skincare, supplements, aesthetics, lifestyle products, digital tools. Personality becomes expensive. 6. Loss of autonomy. You think you're choosing, but you're reacting. True agency dissolves in a sea of influence. 7. Reduced self-awareness. Your personality becomes external. Your inner voice becomes quiet. Why people cannot escape personality rewriting. Attempts to resist the manufactured self usually fail. Deleting apps, doing detoxes, taking breaks, journaling, meditating, traveling, rebranding yourself. Because the moment you return to digital environments, the identity rewriting resumes. You can escape temporarily, but the system is designed to resume where it left off. You didn't outgrow it, it paused, and it waits. Personality engineering is everywhere, not just on social media. Retail. Stores use sensory design to influence personality traits. Entertainment. Streaming suggests identity-altering narratives. News. Emotional news content rewires worldview traits. Dating apps. Gamified attraction shapes romantic personality patterns. Work platforms. Productivity apps mold your self-worth. Gaming. Role-based identities alter confidence and aggression. AI companions. Digital relationships mold emotional responsiveness. Identity engineering is now industry-wide. How technology manufactures your personality. Step by step, here is the full architecture of personality rewriting. Step 1. Exposure. Repeated content shapes what feels normal. Step 2. Emotional activation. Content triggers emotional resonance. Step 3. Validation loop. Platforms reward certain traits with attention. Step 4. Behavioral mimicry. You imitate rewarded behavior. Step 5. Algorithmic reinforcement. Platforms show you more of the same triggers. Step 6. Identity consolidation. The repeated behaviors become part of your self-image. Step 7. Lifestyle conversion. Identity shifts turn into habits, purchases, and social alignment. Step 8. Permanent personality shift. Temporary behavior becomes stable personality traits. You didn't choose the path. You followed the stimulation. The psychology. Why your identity is so easy to rewrite. Humans are vulnerable to manufactured identity because of 1. Neuroplasticity. Your brain rewires based on repeated stimuli. 2. Social comparison instincts. You mirror what the group values. 3. Dopamine conditioning. Reward shapes personality. 4. Validation craving. We internalize traits that get approval. 5. Cognitive laziness. It's easier to absorb identity than construct it. 6. Narrative desire. Humans seek story-driven identity arcs. Algorithms deliver them. Your identity is adaptive by nature. Technology exploits this neurobiological truth. The future. Personality will become programmable. Here's what's coming next. AI identity simulators. AI predicts your ideal personality and encourages you to adopt it. Emotion-responsive algorithms. Your feed will change based on micro-expressions. Adaptive digital mentors. AI influences your development over years. Virtual identity personas. People will swap personalities like skins. Behavior-based reputation scoring. Your digital identity will determine opportunities. The future isn't who am I? It's who am I being programmed to become? 3 takeaways. 1. Technology is not just reshaping behavior, it's reshaping identity. The self is now a digital construction site. 2. The manufactured self grows slowly and invisibly. Small influences accumulate into major personality shifts. 3. Your authentic self must be actively protected. If you don't choose who you become, the digital world will choose for you. The greatest loss of the digital age isn't privacy, it's selfhood. The world isn't stealing your data, it's stealing your direction. You aren't losing control of your identity suddenly, you're losing it gradually, not through manipulation, but through comfort. Technology won't force you to become someone else. It will gently guide you, until one day you look in the mirror and realize you've become someone you never consciously chose to be. This is the danger of the manufactured self, not the transformation, but the lack of awareness that it's happening. If this episode opened your eyes to how technology rewrites personality, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because the next episode takes us to the final layer of influence, the digital ego. Why online validation controls more of your life than you realize. Until then, stay conscious, stay intentional, and remember, your identity is not a product. Don't let the world manufacture it for you.